What's poppin', KT gang?
It's your girl Kay.
And it's your boy Tyra,
and we're back with another video. So for today's video, you guys, we wanted to just do a little life update Q&A. We asked you guys to ask some questions over on Instagram. So if you're not following us on Instagram, definitely be sure that you go ahead and do that, just so you can stay in the loop, you know, connect with us. And you know, if we ever have any more videos similar to this one, or we want your feedback or your questions or anything, that you can definitely be a part of that. We know it's been a while since we've done.
Well, I don't think we've done a life update since the end of 2022. That's the last time I remember.
Okay, but when was the last time we did a Q&A?
Q&A was like when we first.
Before that,
I think we first started YouTube the last time we did our first Q&A.
Yeah.
So it's been a while.
It's been a minute
for us asking you guys to ask us questions, and we did get some pretty good questions.
We did.
So yeah, definitely make sure that you guys watch the entire thing. You're gonna be able to learn a lot about where we are currently in our life. I know it's been a crazy 2023 so far. We just want to, you know, update you guys what you guys have asked us.
So yeah, you guys, before we get into this video, definitely make sure that if you're not already subscribed, that you go ahead and subscribe down below. Join the KT gang, and yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and hop right on into it. You guys really did ask some good questions, and we're super excited to just go ahead and jump on in.
The first question that we have is, someone asked me specifically, how have you been since the surgery? But I'm gonna change that to like, how have we been since the surgery? So I'll go ahead and let you go ahead and start that one. How have you been since the surgery? I know we haven't really updated them like too much since then. So it's like, how have you been?
Mentally, I feel like, well, first and foremost, I wanted to say that, you know, the healing process was definitely a lot smoother than I expected physically. And that was definitely something that I felt like really blessed about, because it didn't really take too long for me to feel like back to myself, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't know what to expect, because of course I never had surgery before, so I really didn't know what to expect in terms of recovery, but I definitely expected it to be a lot worse. So I'm grateful for that. The physical was definitely pretty fine. The mental was definitely, and has been, a process. It's still a process, it's still a journey. I feel like now, just like end of July, like this is literally like what, July 30th when we're filming this, so end of July, it kind of just is like, I feel like, well, I'll speak for myself, but I can definitely say that like I'm more in a space of like acceptance about just everything that happened with the surgery, and you know, definitely just trying to just stay positive and, you know, keep my mental high has definitely been like one of my highest priorities. Definitely has been spending a lot of time just like reading my Bible, like literally just like staying in tune with myself mentally and spiritually, because I feel like that's just like the most important thing. And I feel like that's really helped me just through this whole entire like time period. And of course, like I said, time honestly does heal all wounds. And so I feel like, you know, just having this like space and this time since the surgery has really just helped me to just kind of enter a state of, like I said, acceptance and just like understanding, and just, you know, just constantly just kind of trying to like, you know, just process. So I feel like that's definitely mentally where I've been. I don't know, what would you say?
Honestly, I'm kind of the same way. You know, of course, it's not just as much on me physically, simply because I didn't have to go through the surgery or anything like that. But mentally, definitely in the beginning, it was kind of tough, because it was a change. It was a shift in what we had expected for this year to go. It literally came out of nowhere. And if you don't know what surgery we're talking about, just kind of go back a little bit on our channel.
We'll link it.
Yeah, you'll be able to,
so you guys can see. And click on that video, and it'll make sense if you haven't seen that.
You'll see the whole journey of how it is and what happened and things like that. We don't really got to explain that right now. But yeah, it was kind of tough emotionally on me. But like you said, I'm kind of at that point of acceptance, of understanding that, you know, it's not the end of the world. We're not just like down bad or anything like that. It's just we're at a point in our life where it's like we got to accept where we are in order to move forward, in order to continue to do the things that we want to do. So it's like, for me personally, I've just been trying to be there emotionally as much as I can for any problems or any doubts or any, you know, things that, you know, you may be going through. So my main thing is just to be the emotional support, because it's as hard as it's been on me, I know it's been 10 times harder on you mentally, physically, emotionally. So who am I to really complain about anything like that? Because I know that you're the one that actually had to go through it. My goal is just to be there and, you know, just be that uplifting person, because I know that at the end of the day, you know, you wouldn't want to go through this alone. So
yeah, and you have been, y'all, he's been like the best partner just through this all. Like I just couldn't be more grateful, honestly, to have you by my side. Like I don't know how I would have did it, you know, without you. And literally just for any times that I might have felt down or like felt like I was slipping mentally or anything like that, like he's been right there to encourage me, to uplift me, and just like remind me of like, you know, just who I am. And it's really been so helpful. It's just meant the world to me just to have him and have you as my partner. Like, I literally know that it's just such a blessing, you know?
Believe it or not, a lot of men would get scared. They would get nervous. It's not what they expected in life. And a lot of times they run away. You know,
and we talk about that a lot. I'm like, damn, like, do you know how many people would have literally like ran for the hills?
Yeah, like, oh, I don't want that. Yeah. Nah, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? But for me, it was deeper than that. You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't want her to go through that by herself. And I look at it as like, I'm going to do what I can and, you know, make sure that we still have the life that we want to live, even though that minor little setback that we had. It's not the end of the world. It's not something that we can't come back from or that's going to alter anything that we want to do in life. So we just got to accept that, move forward with that, and just continue being good people. And then the blessings, you know, they're just going to continue to come. Anyway,
and that's our motto. That's our mindset. We're always going to treat people how we would want to be treated, and honestly, not even how they might have treated us in the past or how they act. Like, we just stay really true to just like being good-hearted people, and, you know, not letting the world harden us in any way. Like, not letting circumstances, not letting things, you know, just kind of like come in between like who we are and our characteristics and who we want to be and our growth. Like, we don't want anything to stand in between that. So we're just continuing to just be good people, you know, love with our hearts, and, you know, just kind of push forward. I don't know if we mentioned to you guys before too, but we are looking into like, you know, different options in terms of like surrogacy. I do still have one side of my ovaries, so I do still have eggs that are mine essentially. So we do have options, which is a blessing. So, you know, we're looking and we're just staying hopeful and positive, optimistic, you know, just towards the future, because again, it's a blessing that we do still have different options that we can explore. So that's definitely something that, you know,
I just like look at that whole situation of, as bad as it was, we got the best possible outcome. So it's like, I'm blessed. God still blessed us to, you know, be in a position of where we are now, because it could have been a lot worse. Like, we literally got the best possible outcome of the entire situation. So, you know, I'm thankful and I'm grateful. So I'm doing good mentally, and obviously she is too. So
we're much better.
Definitely appreciate you for checking in. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, cool. So next question. All right, you guys are kind of trying to get into it. So like right off the jump, like y'all are asking some really deep, like really good questions. Okay, so someone asked me specifically, will you guys ever get back into network marketing?
Ooh, that's a good question.
That is a good question.
If you guys didn't know, from 2018 to 2020, two? Yeah, we were a part of a network marketing company. It was definitely a blessing just to be in that space in the time period that we were in that space. As far as the future, as far as where we want to go, as far as the goals and things that we, you know, that we have for ourselves and for our lives and for our, you know, our family one day. Me personally, I don't feel as if network marketing is something that I would want to do ever again, personally. I think it served its purpose for the time period where we were in at that time. But now, you know, I don't see myself getting back into that space of building a team and you know, just that whole space and that whole culture is something that I'm not really wanting to be a part of anymore. I'd rather just give the value that I have. I'd rather speak to the masses for free, and there's no company attached to it, nothing like that. And just, you know, build my own personal brand and work on myself and, you know, build our brand together. And, you know, just kind of go from there. So me personally, I don't see myself ever getting back in network marketing again. I don't know if you feel the same way.
Well, I think we're pretty much on the same page when it comes to that. We have a lot of conversations about that, and we just talk about it a lot, and we, you know, reminisce and we reflect on our past a lot for sure. And network marketing, like he said, was something that, you know, really was a stepping stone for our success, and really was a stepping stone for us and brought us closer as a couple.
Yeah, we wouldn't have been together if it wasn't for network marketing.
We literally wouldn't have. We probably never would have been together. Yeah, we probably never would have been together if it weren't for network marketing. And, you know, that's something that I definitely will always cherish. Like, there are definitely certain things that we learned in that space, and, you know, different things that, you know, we were able to use just like even today. But I think that we put so much time into it. We put so much of our lives into it. Like, we put so much into it, because the type of people that we are, like, we're gonna go 110% into whatever we do, literally, you know? So it's like, nothing we do is gonna be half-assed. Like, that's just not the type of people we are. We go big or go home, you know? And so I feel like we gave it our all until like we literally didn't have anything more to give. And, you know, now just reflecting back on it, we appreciate that time. But in terms of like, you know, kind of like diving into that ever again. It's probably never gonna happen for us. We've just grown so much since then. We've grown past that point in our lives, and you know, we have certain goals that we want to be able to achieve, and really just where we are in life, it just doesn't align with our goals. Nothing against people who still do network marketing. We know a lot of people that still are in that space, but you know, just for us as people, like, it's really just not where we want to be.
Right. Yeah. It's not, like I said, nothing knocking anybody that's doing it. Everybody has their thing. Everybody's doing their thing. I'm happy to see people with some type of motivation, with some type of ambition. And that's all it's about at the end of the day. You know, I don't really care what you do. I just love seeing people look for ways to progress in their life. And just because someone's not doing the same thing as you doesn't mean that they're doing less than you. You know what I'm saying? I have
or that what they're doing is bad.
Yeah, like I have no beef. I have no ill mindset towards anybody in the network marketing space, even if you've approached me and you know, asked and I've respectfully declined. Like there's no beef or anything like that. So yeah, it's just not something that we're interested in at this time, and you know, probably is not something we will go back into again. And we just have a lot of bigger goals and things to do. But it was a great stepping stone to get us to where we are.
We learned a lot of positive things. I feel like there were some like negative things in terms of like the culture that you know, we're definitely within that space. And you know, like I said, we've just grown so much, and I think that's just like a closed chapter type thing.
Yeah, it's nothing wrong with closing one chapter and opening up the next.
And moving on to the next.
And speaking, I know you talked a little bit about the next question. Someone actually asked me, how did we meet? I know you kind of mentioned it a little bit.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people, I know we still haven't really discussed.
I feel like we haven't really got into
We haven't discussed the whole thing. So maybe we could just like make a whole video just about. I
definitely would like to make a whole video on that, because I feel like that deserves its own little moment.
Right. Like we can really tell our story real raw, like honesty, like 100% raw.
If y'all want to see that story time, definitely go ahead and let us know in the comments.
Yeah, let us know in the comments.
Yeah, it's definitely, we're going to be real and raw. It's definitely kind of juicy.
It's a lot. I'm trying to tell you, it's juicy on how we got to where we are now.
It's kind of juicy, and it's kind of like, damn. Yeah. But it is what it is.
But it is what it is. It is what it is, you know?
So, if y'all want to, you know, see that video, definitely let us know in the comments, and we'll get that going for y'all.
Facts.
All right, next question. In y'all's relationship, what do y'all do to keep the relationship fresh?
That's a good question.
That is a good question. Personally, I would say, like, we just try to do different things, you know, like try things that we've never tried before, like do things that we've never done, like go places that we've never been together. Like, I feel like that's definitely something that, you know, we're probably going to just continue to get into even more towards the end of this year and like next year and stuff. Like, we just like to like do new things. You know, we have a lot of stuff on our bucket list, and I feel like one of our favorite things to do is just like check things off, like whether it's a new restaurant or we go somewhere or we like just like have an experience. Like, I feel like that's definitely something that we like to do, you know, just to keep things fun.
And I think a lot of it too is just, you know, for people out there who are looking for ways to keep their relationship, you know, spontaneous, to keep it exciting, to keep it fun. It's all about the conversations that you have.
That
you know?
too.
Every day
our
we talk.
Communication is like
we talk. The reason why we can continue to like look so forward is because that's all we talk about. Like we always talk about things, or you know, places that we're going and experiences that we're going to have, and just, you know, it naturally wakes up the flame in y'all's relationship, because you know you have goals and things that you want to go get, and it's like you know, we just work different. You know, you just have a different mindset about it. So just the communication, consistently talking every single day, just about your goals and your plans, and like you said, our bucket list that we have of things we want to accomplish and things we want to do. It kind of motivates both of us to just stay on our I'm saying, and like get things done, because we don't want to live a normal life. I've never wanted to live a normal life ever since I've been exposed to what life really is. I've never thought about living a normal life. So that's kind of what keeps us fresh and keeps, you know, our relationship consistently evolving, and also just trying out new things and being open to trying new things with each other and personally as well. So
I really think communication is like so key in a relationship. Like, if you can't really communicate how you feel or what's going on in your mind with your partner, then I feel like it literally can't go far at all. You know, like it's almost impossible. Like, communication is key, and I feel like if you're just communicating, even if you're not necessarily where you want to be, or you can't do the things that you know want to do. I know this year kind of like took us for a loop, and a lot of stuff that we wanted to do this year, like we haven't been able to do as of yet. But because we do communicate with each other, and we're like, look, like, you know, we want to do this, or, you know, we're still going to be able to do this, or, you know, we just have like that communication and that mutual understanding. It really does like keep us on the same page, you know?
Right.
So yeah.
Next question someone sent me was, will we be seeing more pranks soon? Hashtag Team Ty. Well, number one,
hashtag Team Ty.
Hashtag Team Ty. You already know. Hashtag Team Ty. And yes, to answer your question, yes. More pranks on the way. I do have a lot of things that I want to do. I promise you.
Some stuff up my
I got some stuff up my sleeve, but I just haven't gotten to it yet. I'm waiting on a perfect time for the perfect pranks. And because I really want to get that real reaction, like that raw reaction. So it's like, I want to wait for the perfect time. But yes, to answer your question, to all the Team Ty supporters out there, we got something on the way for y'all.
Yeah. And y'all, it's definitely been a crazy couple of months. Like, things have been all over the place. I think we kind of talked about it in some of our vlogs, but like we got in a car accident. We've been trying to get our lives together. I transitioned out of real estate. Like we transitioned into like new fields, and it's just like, it's been a lot going on behind the scenes. So, you know, we definitely haven't really even like had time to do any pranks for real. And, you know, definitely have been just like trying to stay as consistent as possible. But, you know, now I feel like we're kind of getting into a groove, and, you know, we're kind of like, you know, just finding our footing and, you know, kind of seeing where we can allocate time and things like that, and just being a lot more organized and intentional. So yeah, y'all will see a lot of new content in general, but yeah, the pranks are definitely
coming back. Yeah, they're coming back. I know it's been a minute, and I know we apologize, but trust me,
and your girl,
I got some.
It's about to get him good. So don't worry.
You're gonna get mad.
Don't worry. You might cry.
I got some.
But it's all good.
It's all good. Well, we're gonna keep it there. We're gonna keep it there.
Okay, so the next question someone actually asked me is, are y'all planning on getting married soon? Spicy.
Here we go. Listen, guys. Listen. This is what we're not gonna do. You know what I'm saying, guys? Look, the goal is definitely to get married. That's the goal. You know what I'm saying? Look at her. Like, of course I'm gonna make her my wife one of these days. You know, but for me personally, I've never been the type to rush into anything. I've never been the type to like feel pressured, you know, to do anything. So, you know, that's gonna happen, but it's gonna happen on my time. It's gonna happen when I feel it's the perfect time for that to happen, especially in our lives, for where we are currently and things like that. So yes, to answer your question, yes, we will be getting married soon, but how soon is soon? We don't really know.
Soon is relative.
Yeah, soon is relative. I could know. It could be tomorrow. I could pop the question tomorrow. You never know. So, you know, yeah, it's gonna happen eventually. I promise you, she will be Mrs. Houston one of these days. But you know, I know in my mind when it's gonna happen. So you guys just stay tuned.
Oh, you know your mind?
I mean, I got an idea, but like it's in my mind, you know what I'm saying? But you guys stay tuned. You know what I do. I want it to be something special. I want it to be big. So that's what I'm planning on doing. But yes, you don't have to ask me every single time. You guys don't have to DM me. You don't have to ask that question every time we do Q&A. It's going to happen, I promise you. So stay tuned for that.
Stay tuned.
Okay, cool. So the next question that somebody asked is, being honest, how difficult is it being consistent in the content creator space, specifically for us or just for any content creators? Like, how is it? Like, I feel like a lot of people...
Being honest?
Yeah, like, I feel like a lot of people don't really understand how content creation works. It's not easy. It's not easy. People make it look easy, but it's not easy, but it's definitely rewarding. And I love it. I love it personally.
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely tough. Like, for one, it's definitely tough, especially because with content, the start is really slow. It takes a lot to be able to build up and just grow just like a strong, knit, supportive community. It just takes a long time to build that foundation. And I feel like a lot of people, especially in today's age where like content creation is just such a like well-known thing and like such a thing that people are like, you know, striving for. It's like I feel like a lot of people get discouraged when they actually get into it and they're realizing like, dang, I have to post all this content, not getting paid. I probably work a job. I probably do other things because I have to get income. Like, you know, I feel like that's like kind of the side that a lot of people don't see. A lot of people, if not most people, when starting this journey within content creation, actually do other things for their income, have other jobs. Like even us, we work a job, you know? It's like, that's just something that's like, that's the reality of it. It's like content is not gonna just pay you straight out the gate. No. It's just like not a thing. Like,
and even when you are getting paid, it's not just you're not just getting pay. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and then even when you do get brand deals, it's like a lot of times there's like the 60 to 90 day payout.
Right. Like you have to wait a while to see, you know, so when you see people get these brand deals and things like that didn't just happen like the next day. Like that brand deal, that was a constant communication for probably up to a month, you know, with just communication and, you know, negotiations and different things like that, back and forth. Like it's not just oh, you have a brand deal, you get paid. So a lot of times when you're dealing with consistency, the problem is that, like you said, a lot of people want that. They want that, you know, that instant gratification. They want to do it. So when they're not getting that instant gratification, they quit, and it's hard to be consistent. But in reality, you just gotta, you know, understand that building your community is gonna take that consistency. So it's like it's almost like, you know what you want, so you know what you have to do. You know you want to build a community, so you have to be consistent. If you're not consistent, you won't build a community. Like it's just, they go hand in hand. So if you're looking to grow in the content space, if you're looking to, you know, build a brand for yourself, build a community, the number one thing you got to focus on is your consistency. You have to be consistent in some way, shape, or form to be able to connect with your audience and with your supporters. And that's what's going to eventually, you know, the long term get you where you want to be is in, you know, in the content creation space. So
and I feel like you really do have to like have love for it. Like you have to love what you're doing, because again, it's gonna be a period of time where you're literally not getting paid from it. Like you're literally not gonna get paid for a minute. You know, a lot of times, you know, it can vary, of course, but, you know, be prepared to not get paid for a year.
Right.
Are you willing to do something for an entire year where you actually, especially if it's YouTube, like when we're talking short form content like TikTok, Instagram Reels, like, you know, things like that, that's a little bit more smooth in terms of like actually like producing and, you know, putting time into it, editing and stuff like that. It's a little bit more smooth. Of course, it still takes time, but it's a little easier. When we're talking YouTube, like be prepared to put in sweat, blood, tears, like be prepared to put in the time, because YouTube is a lot tougher. It takes a lot more commitment, and it's definitely something that takes a lot longer to grow too. So if you're not willing to like just kind of put your head down and like put the work in and be as consistent as possible while you're doing other things and, you know, just waiting on that time for, you know, for your time specifically, then it's just not going to work. And of course, to do something for that long without getting paid, you have to have love for it. You know, you have to have passion for it. And I feel like that's something that we have, and that's something that continues to push us and, you know, helps us to try to be as consistent as we possibly can, is that we actually do love it, you know. And I feel like, especially now more than ever, I feel like we can definitely just kind of step into that mode where we're creating just to create. Like we're not creating out of desperation. We're not creating out of, oh, I need to, you know, be able to get this big check or get this big brand deal. Like, no, we're creating content nowadays just because we love doing it. You know, we love creating content and actually like showing our lives, you know. That's something that we love to do, and I feel like we couldn't imagine life where we don't create content. So it's like, you know, it's definitely something that we're doing from the heart, and I feel like it definitely shows when you're not doing it from the heart, you know. Like people
you're
can
doing
tell.
it sometimes people do it for a check, or they do it to, no, for us, especially on YouTube, it's like I just want to be able to document, you know, for us, our lives. If you go back to the first YouTube video that we posted, we talked about, you know, how we just want to show people and have our own documents for our lives, for our future, for us to go back and look at. And that's something for any content creator that's watching this, that wants to get in content. Like, it's even something that I'm still working on. If you really want to be great in content creation, you got to find a way to glamorize your life. Like, you have to make your life, you are the main character of your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, be that main character. Doesn't matter what people think, doesn't matter what people say. Again, I'm still working on that today, but that's going to also help your consistency. Is no matter what you're doing, if you make a smoothie in the morning, make a reel about that. You know, people want to see what you're eating for breakfast. Like, little things like that. That's where your consistency is going to go from. Like, a lot of times people lose out on consistency because they feel as if their life isn't as lit as somebody else's who may be doing something else. No, your life is inspirational to somebody. You know, somebody's going to see what you're doing and find value from it. So pick up that phone, pick up that camera, record it, go on CapCut, edit it, and post it. Like, I promise you, it doesn't matter. And this, again, I'm speaking from somebody who's not doing that myself, but I'm still learning that along the way. So I'm giving you guys advice that I'm actually taking for myself as well. So I'm not just speaking, just saying it. Like, I'm actually,
very true. So. We're definitely nowhere near where we want to be in terms of like content, but every single day we wake up and we're getting closer and closer. You know, we're taking it one step at a time, one day at a time, and just doing what we can with what we have right now. And I feel like that's just the most important thing. Don't wait until you feel like your life is this or you're where you want to be, because you're never really going to be where you want to be. You know, when you hit certain goals, you're going to have the next goals in mind. You know, just start where you are with what you have. Don't wait until you can get the best camera. Don't wait until you get the best lighting. Don't wait until you get the best apartment. Like, just literally start where you are. If you just have your phone, that's all you need nowadays. An iPhone will do the trick.
I promise you, an iPhone records just as good as a regular camera. Like, you can literally get your selfie stick and vlog like you have a regular camera.
Yeah, you really
promise you can.
You really can.
Don't sit on your potential. Don't sit on your, don't let consistency be the thing to stop you from getting into that content space, and don't let money either. Like, glamorize your life. Realize that I'm the main character of my life, and people, can be attracted to that confidence that I have in my life, and boom, you'll be able to stay consistent and, be consistent within that space. So
for sure.
Definitely a good question. No.
That's a great question. Okay, so kind of piggybacking off of that question, someone actually said, are you guys ever going to collab with other content creators? That's a good question.
It's a good question.
I mean, of course, I will say yes, because I feel like, of course, we definitely want to, collab with other creators. We definitely, want to get into that a little bit more. One of the major things for us, I feel like, is that we want to make sure that it's authentic. Like, we don't want to ever do anything just to, like, do it, or just for, clout, or, like, we're not like that.
Yeah, like, we're very genuine at the end of the day as far as like how we approach situations and approach people. So it's not just gonna be like
you have this amount of subscribers.
Like,
let's go out and let's do something. Let's film a video. Like, we're not that type of people.
I don't like that. I like genuine. I like it to be real. Like, and there's a lot of couples, or not even just couples, people out there that I would love to collab with, simply because I enjoy your content, I enjoy what you guys are doing, or what you're doing specifically. But like I said, we're not gonna just sit here and just say you have a certain amount of followers or you have a certain amount of subscribers, so let's collab. Like, I don't think it's natural that way. It doesn't work that way. But yes, we would love to collab with people where it seems fit, so.
Or where it's just authentic.
Like, where
our vibes just like vibe, we definitely want to, collab with people where it just makes sense. We don't want anything to be forced. We're not like that. We want everything on our channel, off our channel, in our lives to be authentic and real. So, when we're actually able to start connecting with other people and, really just vibing and just like, hanging out in a genuine way, y'all will know and y'all will see. Y'all will be able to like, really see that. And that's when you're going to start seeing those collabs happen. And just know when you do see a collab with us and anybody else, that it's real, and it's a genuine connection there. And we're not just doing it just to get more followers or exposure or anything. We're doing it just because, we really vibe with whoever it is. And, we want to create some content together. That's just what it is.
Exactly. That's how it should be. I feel like that's the
best type.
Yeah, that's the best type. Like, you can tell when content is forced or it's not real or it's not genuine, and we don't want that, what I'm saying? So anybody that's wanting to collab, like, we can definitely let's reach out, let's connect, let's figure out if we can make that vision that we both have come to life. But it's gotta be real. It's not gonna be benefiting one person or benefiting the other person. Like, it's mutually just like an understanding of we're both genuine and we're both doing this because we love to do this, and we want to it just seems fit. It seems fit, and we want to help each other grow and just actually be friends off of camera as well, not just we're just gonna talk just because the camera's on. Like, no, I want to know you off camera as well. So that's when you see that, just know it's a lot deeper than just a YouTube video or whatever the case is. So,
for sure. Someone asked, do you wish you could change anything about your past to change where you are now? I would say no.
No.
Definitely wouldn't change anything about the past. I always feel like it's important to learn from the past, though. Like, it's important to reflect on your past, because at the end of the day, like, we can't change the past. We can't change the present, honestly. The only thing that we can do is like work to change the future, like learn from the past in the present, and then do things in the present that are going to alter the future. Like, I feel like it's not a healthy mindset to be like living in a state of like regret, like living in a state of like dang, I wish I would have did this different. Dang, I wish I would have did that different. Okay, well, now that you know that you made a wrong decision in the past, now I feel like that's a superpower. Now you like have the ability to like change and transform your future. So I feel like that's more important. I always think that it's healthy to like reflect on the past though.
Right. Yeah, definitely have to reflect, but don't live. There's too many people get caught in the past.
Oh my God.
Because they're stuck in the past. They're living in the past. For a lot of people, their past is more lit than their present. And that's okay because we've all had higher highs and then, you know, things have happened to where we're not where we used to be. But if you get stuck on that high and all you want to do is live where you used to be, it's gonna stop you from getting to where you want to be. So I don't necessarily like want to change anything about my past. I don't want to change anything about where I came from or what I did or what I didn't do. Like you said, I would love to reflect. I love reflecting. I love remembering where I came from, understanding where I'm at now, and working towards where I want to go. And because I promise you, you can get so caught up on your past and you'll get stuck there. And you'll wonder why you can't progress because you're trying to change something or you're trying to be something or be someone that you're literally not anymore. You can't be the same person that you were 2 years ago and expect to hit your goals, because I promise you the goals that you had 2 years ago is a lot different than the goals you have now if you've been growing, if you've been changing, if you've been experiencing new things. So don't get so stuck on your past that you forget where you are in the present, and that's what's going to stop you from getting to where you want to be in your future. So remember that, and that's why I say I don't want to change. I don't want to live in the past. I don't want to change the past. Because I feel like if I'm thinking too much about what I could have changed, I could spend that time thinking about
what I can change,
literally. So I don't want to change anything about my past. I think everything that's happened to us in our journey has led us to right here where we are. And that's all that matters.
And everything is important.
Right.
Everything is important. Like every lesson that we've learned in the past is like very vital to like where we are now and like our future and where we want to go. So definitely wouldn't change anything about the past, only learning and growing from it.
Right.
All right, so last and final question. Someone asked, and I thought it was so sweet. They said, how old is your kitty Venus? Oh.
Let's go get her.
Yeah. She's sleeping in her box, you guys. Come here, baby. Come here, baby. Here she is, you guys.
Look how big she is now.
Look how big she's got.
She's so big.
She's the cuddliest when she's been sleeping.
Oh.
She's not feeling it though.
She's not feeling good.
She's not feeling it. Oh, she wants to be in my lap. But yeah, you guys, she is officially 5 months now.
5 months. So she turned 5 months on July, 3 days ago.
Yeah.
So July 27th, she turned 5 months, and she's the
sweetest kitty
It's
in the
so
world.
crazy because like we can see her growing up. Like she's literally like acting different than she was when she was a kitty, but she's still like the same kitty. And it's cute to see. Like,
yeah, it's so sweet. And she's like, honestly, we literally ask all the time, like, how did we end up with you? Because like she is the sweetest cat that I've ever met.
And every person that comes in contact with her is like, oh my gosh, I love her.
She's so sweet. She's so cute. Like she's not your average cat, not gonna lie. I had a cat growing up and he was so sweet too, but like she's like literally the sweetest kitty in the world. She's the sweetest.
She's been sleeping right now, so she's not really in the mood.
She's trying to just like chill and like be in her own vibe right now. But yeah, she's like really sweet. She's so cuddly. She loves to play, you guys. We're literally in the process of like trying to teach her different tricks, because they said like if your cat is like super energetic, then you got to teach her some tricks. So we've definitely been trying to just teach her some tricks and, you know, entertain her as much as we possibly can, because we know that she loves to play. She wants to get down.
She wants to get down right
now. She wants to get down. But here she is, you guys. Look how big she's gotten.
Say hey, Venus.
Say hey to the KT gang.
She's not feeling it.
She was asleep, y'all, so we disturbed her peace. But here she is. Look how sweet she is. Even when she's mad, she'll just still...
Oh. She just wants to play.
I know. She just wants to go down.
She wants to get down. So.
All right.
But yeah, she is 5 months now.
Yeah, she's 5 months officially, and she's just growing so fast. Like we literally look on old videos and like
dang,
how little she used to be.
She was this little, and now she's like.
She's a little bigger. Yeah, she's definitely nowhere near her full size. But like we can just see her growing every single day. It's kind of crazy. And we just love her so much. She's just such a perfect addition to our little family.
She came at the perfect time.
She did come at the perfect time. She did.
So
yeah.
Yeah, we definitely love her.
We're in love with her, and yeah, we're just taking it day by day with our little kitty girl. But yeah, y'all, I think that kind of just wraps up the video.
Yeah. It was a lot. It was a lot. I'm not gonna lie, it was a lot. A little update about where we are, how we're thinking right now. We are doing well. For anybody that's been asking, you know, we're doing fine. Everything is good with us, and you know, we're just excited for what's to come. What's to come next? You know what's to come next.
You guys will be along for the ride. So yeah, we appreciate you guys. We love y'all. Again, if you're not already subscribed, definitely go ahead and subscribe down below. Leave a like, leave a comment, show some love, you guys, and we will see you guys in our next video.
See y'all.